down to Manila on the midnight bus and get to UP at about 7 o'clock for my 7:30 class. And I would be there, and there would be a few students who would be there. And at about 8 o'clock, guess who would stagger in? Was Yason. And 10 minutes after he sat there, he was already asleep on his chair. So, Yason, I hope I don't put you to sleep today. Let's ping pong and try to get a little background on a crazy. I don't always want to use the word filmmaker because filmmaker has a very specific connotation, and you all see, or a director, you see him with a megaphone. I'm just a storyteller who happens to be using visuals. I started with 16 millimeter film, that Jurassic extinct material, but I finally succumbed to video.
Yeah, Kidlat, my turn. Yeah, he was my teacher at experimental film class, which I am now teaching at the university. So I wasn't always asleep, but it was an early class. But Kidlat was such an inspiration to us, to a lot of filmmakers, students, myself included. He was my teacher also in cinematography class, which I don't know if you remember. You taught cinematography, and teacher lending his own camera. So he lent me his own Bolex to film. So after that, right after college, I lived in Baguio for 2 years. I apprenticed under him and also just discovered my own practice. And yeah, I mean, I'm friends with the children, and he's a figure always. So we mounted the installation that you have downstairs at UP just a few months ago for the Centennial Philippine Cinema. And yeah, I see him in different contexts. So whether here at the Art Fair in New York, where he showed at the Museum of Moving Image, we were there. Yeah, and then so now I'm personally happy, both as a student and as a colleague, but also for art practitioners and audience to be looking at the moving image in a visual art context. So
Let me say, first of all, I'm so happy that the organizers of Art Fair took a risk on somebody like me, because I've been boxed in as a filmmaker just because my films made some waves in the 80s. But I think I've been doing all kinds of art, and those of you who have visited my installation downstairs, it's all wood. You can't mistake it. It's all full of wood and full of sawdust, which probably relates to the fact that I come from Baguio, where the pine trees are abundant, although we're not sure whether they will last so long with the so-called voice of progress, cutting down trees every day.